Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to a very serious esports talk episode about a topic I've been sitting on for a while now, kind of discussing it with myself, how to actually formalize an opinion and approach this case. Now, I do want to talk about, I think it's very important to talk about when this does happen in the pro scene for any esport, this one being Rocket League, as I'm sure you guys can tell by the title, why we really can't have this kind of thing, or at least when we do have this kind of thing, why we need to approach it very carefully. Now, it does involve a couple of RLCS players, so I think it's important to touch on this accusation that a while ago surfaced on Reddit. It was sent to me the day of. Thank you guys who do send me this kind of stuff, but I've been sitting on it trying to really figure out how the most appropriate way to approach this really is. So I hope you guys can respect it as well in the comment section down below, because the things brought up in this video are very serious allegations, and the way they were brought up I don't think are very fair to the player. We'll discuss more on that soon. Now, when it did hit the Reddit though, I think it garnered a lot of traction. It was top of the Reddit for quite some time. It was muted immediately, which means no community comments, and I think probably fairly enough because it is a very sensitive subject. Now, they did label it as there's no great discussion to go on about this. I don't agree with that. I think it actually can draw a really good discussion for the future, how to approach situations just like this, which was all around a few tweets out there sent out and then later deleted along with the account itself who sent out those tweets. Those tweets apparently directed towards a current member of Mouse Sports, and those tweets also sent out what we believe to be very shortly after that best of 5 series, week 2 of EU RLCS, when Mouse Sports did take down Barcelona. Now, again, I do want to say accused. I'm fairly certain of what I'm about to state to all of you guys, but I will state them as accusations just in case. Now, apparently the person who sent these tweets out, though, the account and tweets have now ever since, and very shortly after they were sent out, were actually deleted. It was actually by one of the Barca members' girlfriends. Ranaki, I believe it's his girlfriend at the time, at least at the time of the incident. She did tweet those things out. Along with that, as you guys can tell on screen, she did say she could end this person's career, we believe to be a lot, with one single tweet. She went on to then call him a rapist and also linked a picture, again, all this stuff has now been deleted, of what seems to be a police report of this sexual assault. Again, a very huge and very serious allegations, which does have a timestamp or a year on it as well, stemming back to 2018. And of course, everyone in Rocket League who follows the scene very closely was commenting about this, was wondering what the heck is going on. Why would you tweet this out now, especially so far down the line, especially right after a short best of 5, not a short best of 5, but after a best of 5 at EU RLCS where your boyfriend just so happens to lose the series. And it makes people wonder, did you do this out of spite? Why did you do this at all? If you're very serious about this, why not take it to the authorities? And so that's where it draws all of the questions, especially afterwards when you delete the account, you delete the evidence, which is still out there, about some very serious accusations and career-ending accusations, which to that point, I don't think it's very fair to make those accusations and then retreat and pull it all back. And now we have this controversy around a member known as Alot, and he's left pretty defenseless in the situation. I don't think he really could respond about this, because then it brings all the more attention to it, which, by the way, if this does need attention, you should bring it to the authorities. Yes, you can tweet it out all you want. I guess it's in your right, but if you really do need help on this and you need urgent help as well, bring it to the authorities. They can help you. Don't bring it to Twitter. Where it actually really does bother me is the fact you retract everything and you can still put it out there and you can almost have it linger over the person's head. Obviously, if those accusations are true, I feel for you. They are very serious allegations, a very bad thing to do, but it feels like, especially after a match where your boyfriend loses, you send that out, you've had this lingering over the pro player or the accused player's head, so you can just release it whenever you feel so. I think at the end of the day, when you make these serious accusations and you bring them public, as they obviously were not before, or they maybe were public record, but many people did not know about them, you then make them public and you make somewhat of the evidence out there. But let's be honest, guys, there was no actual evidence, sufficient evidence presented to make those claims where you refer to a player as a rapist and then you retract the only evidence you had out there. I do not think it's fair to a pro player to be accused of those kind of things, have that partial, if any evidence really shown about it, and then retract everything afterwards. And that to me is a pretty big controversy, very unfair. I don't think either side here is in the right. Obviously, if things do turn out differently in the future, but certainly when it comes to Rocket League professional esports out there, these kind of accusations cannot be made and then retracted with no evidence really shown. And so for now, that's all we know about the situation. We have a girlfriend who tweets out that evidence and accuses some very serious things of a pro Rocket League player. Shortly afterwards, when that pro Rocket League player had beat that girl who sent the tweet's boyfriend in a best-of-5 series, it seems very spiteful. It seems very unfair, and we'll see what this happens in the future if anything comes of this. And again, I do feel for the story. It's a very serious accusation, but if you need help, Twitter's not the best place to get it. If you really do feel you are in need of help, the authorities, the public authorities, the right people to go to are not the people on Twitter. Until next time, I hope you guys all enjoy breaking down esports and gaming news. I am currently on vacation. I'll be back shortly as well for all of you guys breaking down further news and further videos. I hope you guys all enjoy. Until next time, have a great rest of your days. I'll see you guys back here sometime soon.